Hello, everybody. My name is Alan Vaisberg. What I wanted to do is to quickly just go through Google, do a search, and show some businesses that are ranking, and then explain why they are ranking, and then pick some that are not, and then explain why they're not. I'm picking things at random. I have not pre-planned this, so we'll see how it goes. Let me share the screen. Let's get going. Okay, so I'm on Google. Always start on Google. Let's look up, I don't know, best. Actually, let's just do acupuncture in, I don't know, I'm in the Chicagoland area, so I'm going to put a town in Chicago. So acupuncture Schaumburg. Okay, acupuncture Schaumburg. I do not work with any of these places. I do not know any of these places. Let's just see what we see. So on top of Google, right, we're seeing that the volume is pretty low. So there are about 10 views of that acupuncture Schaumburg particular keyword. And we'll get to keywords in a few minutes. But for this search, acupuncture Schaumburg, we see an ad, right? So there's an ad here. We see another ad in maps, then one. So we see 4.9 with 60. We see another 17 with 5.0. And then we have one that's showing up in the top 3 without any reviews whatsoever, which is very cool. And then we again see Ginkgo, Yelp, and then we see a couple of other ones, right? So it doesn't look like there's a ton of competition here. Let's see how many places there actually are. So I go to more places, right? We see a couple of ads at the top. There's our Ginkgo. That seems to be the top performer. And I see, a bunch of things around, but these are Schaumburg, and then Hoffman Estates is the next nearby town. So we see 60. There's our Cassandra. There's the third acupuncture center with nothing. So my first question is, what's happening with this particular one that has reviews? So why aren't they number 3? Here's another one with nothing. Here's one with 22 reviews with 4.7. And they are coming up, what, number 6? Scrolling down, and usually you tend to see some interesting things, like this particular one, 19 reviews all the way down. Why is that so far? Total Athleticare is at 38. Let's see where they are. This would be an interesting example. Okay, they are in Schaumburg, so they're a chiropractor, right? So here's one of the examples of why, for this particular search, acupuncture in Schaumburg, they're not coming up. The primary category is really, really important. So their primary category is chiropractor. The secondary category is acupuncture clinic. It's not acupuncturist, it's acupuncture clinic. So it's another category. When you're dealing with a secondary category, you're not going to be coming up. So if I were, just for an example, we're looking for total Athleticare. If I were looking up chiropractor Schaumburg, probably a lot more competition. So there's some ads. This is making me a little dizzy. Let's see where those guys are doing. Total Athleticare. Okay, they are showing up, but again, a lot more competition, so they're not showing up as well. Actually, let's use them as an example because they have 38 reviews, right? I want to see why it is that they're ranking so low if we're counting without going too fast, right? Ads don't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They're showing up number 15. 15 means really you're not going to be getting a ton of traffic. Let's see if that's true. I will go and look at their website. So we're looking at their website, and we can see that their website is getting 4 hits per month. That's kind of what I'm referring to, right? If you're ranked that low, you're on the maps, and you're likely ranked very, very low in terms of organic listings, your website. You're not going to be getting a lot of traffic. So this website, this is a very, very interesting example, and we'll explore why in a second. But you have a ton of backlinks, right? So 2.2 thousand backlinks. You have 46 referring domains. That's not a lot. Basically, referring domain is the website that refers to you. So you have 46 referring domains, meaning websites, and then you have 2.2 thousand actual links. That means each of those are giving you a ton of links. So that usually signals to me that it's either something that was bought. And again, I don't know this business, so if it was not, my apologies. I'll explain what I see and why I see it. But in terms of keywords, they're getting a few keywords and they're getting no traffic. This particular page, their homepage. So again, you have no traffic and you have the 657 backlinks. To me, that looks very inflated. So let's find out a little bit more. If I go to Ahrefs, which is one of my favorite tools, and we're seeing that this traffic is coming directly from their name. So people are looking up Athleticare, which is the name, or Total Athleticare. So it's not exactly it, but it has it in the name. So this is how people are finding them. So all of their traffic, which has no value, is coming in from that name. Chiropractor Schaumburg, they're getting no traffic, and they're number 18. So they are essentially invisible, and they're losing more and more stuff. Furthermore, and jumping off of kind of the business for a second and going back to the maps, but if I look at the website itself and I do some brief analysis, so there's Dr. Ryan, seems like a nice guy. Dr. Ryan, if you're watching this, we can definitely help you. But looking at the website, I see some things, right? So different, this looks shiny and nice, but for Google, it doesn't do anything, right? We can say that, yes, we are specifying some keywords here, but there are no links. Where are the pages? There are no pages for this at all. There is just home and contact. This website is not optimized at all. And if I look a little bit deeper and I start looking at what Google actually cares about, you have no H1. So your headers, think of a book. Your header is really, really important. Your title and your header, and really your primary category, is what should be showing up with the same kind of place. So your primary category, chiropractor, needs to be showing up as your title and needs to show up as your H1. Otherwise, you're not really going to rank. So Total Athleticare, there's the name, chiropractic massage, acupuncture, rehabilitation. So again, I would rephrase this because that's not exactly what it is. They have no description, they have no H1, right? And their headers, even if we're looking at their major header, right? It's the welcome to Total Athleticare. This is why Google sees Athleticare. So you're coming up for that. And in truth, you're not really coming up for Athleticare well anyway, because you're in the 11th position. So even for the Athleticare, your name or part of your name, you're coming up really, really low, where you could be potentially getting a 200 volume, right? So last thing that I wanted to point out, if we're looking at Athleticare and we're looking at their maps, at their Google business profile, right? So they have reviews. Let's take a quick look at the reviews. So looking from the newest to the oldest. So they have some nice reviews, great staff, awesome service, love it. So it's really, really nice, but there are no responses. There are no responses to, well, there is a response a year ago, a year ago, a year ago. So it seems like something was done a year ago, but nothing later. So Google is going to see it and say, okay, this is not a place that's responding to their clients. They're not being very active, and they're not going to show them higher. Other things that we care about, right? I'm looking at their post audits, how often they post. And again, I use a variety of tools. So let's see their post. I think there's just one post. And that post is "We are open." It's a good starting post. But if you're not posting frequently, think social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, right? You're not posting TikTok, YouTube, we can go on and on. If you're not posting frequently and you're not posting consistently, people are not going to follow you. There's one post right here. So that all shows that this is not an optimized platform, optimized profile. Even though they have 38 reviews, the reviews are positive, And we can go deeper into looking at, oh, actually, I did want to check out their particular huge number of backlinks and see where they're coming from. So their backlinks, if we're looking at it, look at the DR. So DR is the domain rating. So Chiropractor Chicago, Illinois business listing directory. So this is a citation. That's nice, right? But it's highly ranked, but it's not really the type of backlink that we want. So you have the website that's linked to them. Looking down, you have the yellow pages, you have the best 30s. Basically, it's all kind of yellowpages.com, as you can see. But when we're looking at the number of links, right? Huge number of links. And actually, what I wanted to show you is a different thing, right? Where are our backlinks coming from? So looking at the referring domains, you have Homestead, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, right? So a lot of these are directories. These are not really websites that are linking to us. Directories are important, but we want a little bit more. And look at the number of domains, and these are that they're linking to. And in terms of traffic and how many links we're getting. So from this grabbernet.com, we're getting 1,900 links. So out of their 2.2 thousand backlinks, 1,905 are coming from one place with a very low domain rating. So that's not a good sign. It doesn't really help you at all, as you can see, based on the amount of traffic that it's not getting. So this is an example of why somebody is not ranking. Again, no offense to the good doctor, Ryan. You can do better, and it's not going to be that difficult for you to climb. Looking at your competition, you're 15th now. So if we look from the top, so joined 440 reviews. We'll take a look at their website in a second. But that's really solid number of reviews. So that's very solid competition. 162 reviews. Evolve, they do a ton of ads. So they're going to be, a little bit more work to overcome. 158, Access Chiropractic Center. So good number of reviews. Chiro One, which is a big competitor, is there. So they have a couple of locations. And Health First Wellness Center, 461 reviews. Let's see. Are they they are a chiropractor. They're doing a lot more. So that's one of the reasons why they're not immediately showing up there. Variety of reasons, right? But as somebody with 38 number of reviews, that needs to go up. But with proper optimization, with a better site, they're going to start climbing. So let's look and see who's ranking and why. So Join Chiropractic, right? It's a big company. They have lots of different locations. Same thing with Evolve. So let's look at somebody, that's a little bit smaller, like Access Chiropractic Center, right? So they're showing up. Let's see. So these are ads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're showing up outside of the top 3, which is important. And if we look at the reviews, newest reviews, right? So it seems like they're responding to a lot of the reviews. Let's see if they're responding to any of the negative reviews. Okay, negative reviews 4 years ago, right? They're responding to the negative reviews too. That's a good sign. They need to respond to everything, but it's not bad. So this part is showing why it works. Let's look at the post audit. Let's see how often they post. No posts available. Well, one of the reasons why they're ranking lower is because there's no posting. That's not a good idea. You really, really need to post. You have a lot of things working for you, but you're not posting. Let's also look at some other stuff, right? They're a chiropractor. Some secondary categories would be helpful, right? You should bring them in. Chiropractor is the primary. That's the most important, but you should have more. You want to have some questions and answers. There's a lot of stuff that could be better. Let's look at their website. So their website, immediately, we kind of see Chiropractor Schaumburg. Good. There's a keyword right there in the title. That's going to help. This website Well, it's doing UTM, right? So there's somebody that's actually working on this stuff. The UTM, for those that don't know, is basically a way for us to track where the click is coming from. So let's remove the UTM, not worried about that. So we're looking, this site is getting 348 clicks. So we see that much, much better, right? So a chiropractor in Schaumburg, 348. I don't think they're ranking #1, but let's see. I want to look at a few things as we're going through, right? So a nice looking website. I'm going to check on a couple of things. Has the Google map, right? Was it done by anybody else? I'm not sure, but it looks good. Let's see in more detail. And we're going to open up our tools and take a look. So Chiropractor Schaumburg, right? So they're a chiropractor. They have chiropractor in the title, and they probably have it in the header. There you go. There's what I was talking about. So you have your main category for your maps in the header, in the title. So you're doing better. So instead of getting 4 clicks, you're getting 348 clicks per month. That's a lot better. Now, there's a lot of stuff that actually should be done better on the site, but they're doing pretty good. If we need to look at other stuff, I want to see how they are. You know, there's no H2s, which probably they should be having as well. But let's look at their traffic and see where it's coming from. And by the way, look, 57 domains. So this is what I was talking about. 46 domains with 2.2 thousand links, right? This is not accurate or not good. It's the fluff numbers that don't matter. 57 domains with 288 backlinks. That's reasonable. You're getting, a few links per domain, or 3 or 4, almost 4 in this case. So it makes sense. You have a lot more stuff happening. So let's take a look at their traffic and where it's coming from. So we see, in terms of traffic, right, that most of their traffic is coming from Chiropractor Schaumburg, Chiropractor in Schaumburg, at their branded Access Chiropractor and Schaumburg Chiropractic, right? A lot of their traffic, the top 5, they're ranked #2 and 3. Work is being done. And if we start really breaking this out and we start looking at it, we can see that likely they weren't ranking that before, and they did a nice job on the H1, on the title, on the same category as the map category, the primary category, and they started to climb up, right? So we see that they're climbing here. Again, we need to know when it was. We see stuff is updated recently. So nice job. Let's give these guys a shout. So nice job on the team. Who's this team? Nice job, Elena. So doing well. Again, things that could be done better. And I know this particular site. A lot of chiropractors are using this. I think, again, this was built for them, so they likely paid for this service. I want to check a few other things. So services, this is the part that I don't love, right? So about is okay, but services, chiropractic, I want to see the other pages, not just the home page. Because if we're looking, here, I'll show you this since we're a little bit here. So their total traffic for the website is 348. All of that traffic really is coming just to the homepage. That's not great. You're going, and this is because you don't have great services pages. Look at the services pages. You're getting no traffic here. Where are the services pages for each one of these? You need to have service pages. On top of that, you need to have service pages that are localized for Schaumburg or for the areas around Schaumburg. And if you create them properly, you're going to get a lot more traffic. But pausing this, right, because we can go into more and more of these details. But you saw in a matter of in a matter of 20 or so minutes that we've been taping this, you saw 2 businesses, both in Schaumburg, which is a city in the Chicagoland area, where a chiropractor is getting 348 hits per month versus a chiropractor who's getting 4. Both, I'm sure, are great doctors, and they're getting nice reviews. but one is doing the work on local SEO and the other is not. Both are not perfect, but one is much farther along. So it's not complicated. It's just specific steps that you need to follow. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to jump on Zoom and take a look at your particular profiles and your do your audits with you live, so you can see. And then if this is something that makes sense for you, because for some of you it doesn't, you're doing great. But if it makes sense for you, then we're happy to help you. You can find all of my information right below, or just reach out to me at morelocalclients.com. Thank you again. I'm Alan Vaisberg. Best of luck in your SEOing. This really is to help you find new clients. It's not about us. It's about you making more people feel better. Take care.